With so much coming and going, transportation and storage hubs oriented around monorail systems were crucial. Might be some good ideas here for how you could set up a few of your own.
Nobody is monitoring who... Here, you can speak freely. I want to know, being Tarish, and let me remind you, for their own good.
Telling them it was a mistake. I feared that I was imagining things, so I'm at the monolith too.
And what do they say?
I don't think they care. They want it anyways.
I see.
Maybe we should get together.
These recordings are increasingly disturbing. It sounds as if this groundbreaker was not merely an agent of Pacific, but placed in some kind of isolation.
So what? Something down there was dangerous. They had a responsibility to tell everyone they could, and they didn't. They went back on it. They were a puppet.
They were under duress. It isn't like you to be unsympathetic for one of your peers, Sergeant.
This is no peer of mine. I recognize this place. These were the living quarters for the crew. We might be able to salvage some personal upgrades here that people left kicking around. I knew people who put their whole lives into getting picked for the expedition. I just gave it a shot. No idea how I made it, and they didn't.
The criteria for the expedition was never about finding the best people. It was focused on finding the right people.
What's the difference?
You might say that what they were looking for was willingness.
So, if we were lost and the expedition was finished, do you think they would have been willing to go home without us?
Yes. And I would have expected no less of you.
This feels like some kind of video game lounge, but I don't get it. Why did they all have these huge monitors? What kind of game needs widening? Anyways, I prefer cards. Come to think of it, I've got one heck of a poker face now, don't I? This was obviously a movie theater for when people had downtime, but it exposes another strange gap in my memory. I can't really remember anything recreational. Some part of me knows I spent a ton of time here, but even coming here and being reminded of it doesn't jog anything specific. The only thing I really remember is work. And that isn't like me. Or at least, I don't think it was.
Activation complete. Elevation to freight level restored. Warning. Elevator self-repair disrupted. Refer to Administration Control Console.
I can't tell if we need a new excavator bit or if all we have to do is reset a switch in that office breaker. It looks like the door is locked. Head over there and check it out. Seems like an electrical problem. If we can get enough juice into this thing, we should be able to keep heading up. I'm not detecting any more debris above us.
Yes. Hopefully we will find other, more established areas of the expedition still intact. Though I fear that this collapse has most likely spread.
Even so, we might find other people who got left behind. Nobody deserves to be alone in a place like this.
No. But until we can contact Command, our primary mission to industrialize this world remains. Sector by sector, if necessary.
Sir, with all due respect, don't you think rescuing the crew has to come first?
I do not. We are on a mission to return resources to Earth that will impact the lives of billions. It is greater than any of us. But even so, look at all we have built to come this far. These factories are what have enabled us to augment the signals, open the doors, and discover the tools that have made it possible to learn everything we could. Soon the electricity of those same machines will help us rekindle this elevator, and hopefully carry us one step closer to the truth. I will not pretend to share your priorities, Sergeant, but I can assure you they are intertwined.
Fine. We'll build the factories. Especially if it helps us dig people out of the tin cans they sent us down here in. But if it comes down to choosing between a life and a lost cause, I know where I stand.
I will tell you when all is lost. For now, we must remain focused on the restoration of this elevator. Also, the Excalibur was not a tin can.
Power restored to EFES control room. Awaiting executive level security authorization.
Handing this one over to you, sir.
Do not be concerned. System, receive authorization, Zeta 17.
Request denied. Authorization restricted to flag officers.
That should not have occurred.
Flag officers. Wait, I remember them. Pacific did this?
Please, I need a moment to concentrate. A memory is taking form. System, receive Phoenix Protocol Omega 15.
Stand by. Confirming planet-wide eligibility. Phoenix Protocol confirmed. Interbiome network detected. Fulfill production quota to access control room.
A production quota?
Yes. Yes, I remember now.
Sir, are you alright?
The quota is unbreakable, Sergeant. We must fulfill it to proceed.
Sir, that isn't the point. These elevators aren't supposed to have quotas that prevent them from moving. This is captivity. This is not what the expedition was about.
There's no need to reach conclusions prematurely. It may be that this quota was instituted to compensate for catastrophic loss of production elsewhere. Or everywhere.
If the loss was that catastrophic, our crew could be in trouble in any sector. Anywhere.
Yes. And we are standing before the only way to reach them. Groundbreaker, you will show this quota what I know you are capable of. Proceed.
Good work, Breaker. Hit the switch on that console and see if it activates the elevator again.
EFES network restored. Message from Sector Sierra. Elevator pathway is clear of hazardous obstacles. Proceed to boarding.
Excellent work, both of you. We should rest for a while before we depart. I know this reconstruction has been long and difficult.
You sound tired, sir. Are you all right?
These limitations in our memories are irritating. I know that much of what I am able to remember was highly classified, but I can no longer recall the intention behind it. Someone was desperate, abusing their power. Something is not as it was.
Sir, if you're not telling me something that could help us rescue the crew or get out of here...
I understand my duties precisely, Sergeant. Choose your next words very carefully.
You don't have to keep secrets from me, sir. That's all I'm saying.
It's good to see that the self-repair routines on the elevators have kept them as intact as the production terminals.
Colonel, just tell me. Do you think we're going to find anybody else?
Yes. If nothing else, I believe Pacific is alive. Flag officer restrictions could not be maintained on these elevators if their vital signs did not remain. However, the emergency code I used to initialize the elevator, the Phoenix Protocol, was an option of last resort. It was created to function only if less than 5% of the entire expeditionary force could be detected within Calyx.
5%?
I do not know why. But there is no doubt now that very few of us remain.
So, they're gone. They're really gone. My entire crew.
And the quota is an even greater mystery. To expect such a small remainder of our forces to uphold so much production. It is as if Command had some expectations that this could happen. But why?
Warning. Mechanical integrity failing.
System! Halt elevator!
Breaker, search the panel for a manual brake lever.
Hold on. Should be. Override. Almost. Wait.
Sparks.
Sparks.
Sparks? What?
Quickly! Find something to hold on to!
Sparks. Save you. Integrity failure corrected. Alarm state deactivated. Returning to Origin for analysis and self-repair.
Sergeant, was this is the message. Speaking to you.
I don't know. I've never heard it talk like that. Or say my name. Or say anybody's name.
We are alive because of it.
No. No, there has to be an explanation. We have to take it apart. Breaker, I want you
Sergeant, we must put this aside. We are not safe here. When the elevator stops, we will exit. We will find the answer to this together. You are not alone. It would seem that we need a new excavator bit before the elevator can excavate further. And there is a strong possibility that the initiation of the Phoenix Protocol will have other consequences as well. Let us regroup at Production Terminal Victor to consider our options.
Ah, this is where they kept the good stuff. Advanced machinery and upgrades that would have come down from on high. Scan it all, Breaker. You earned it. These are pieces of the Excalibur, right? That giant tunnel borer you drove us all down here in.
Yes. Every facility and piece of equipment you see anywhere on Calyx was once a part of the Excalibur.
It always seemed unnecessarily complicated to me. Why couldn't we just dig a giant hole and throw everything in it?
The Excalibur was designed to have structural pieces removed from it as we descended, enabling us to industrialize new sectors from the moment of the discovery. Your giant hole strategy would have lacked this sophistication.
I believe it is time we put our cards on the table. I told you not to come here.
The freight elevator. So, it was sabotage. It was you. Why?
Because my actual orders were not to kindly suggest that you sit tight. They were to prevent anyone from departing Sector Victor at any cost. And they came from people who do not answer to you, Colonel.
Are you out of your mind? You could have killed us!
When we made landfall on Calyx, how many years were you told we had to complete our mission? 10? 12? What if I told you that the corner-cut monstrosity that brought us here was damaged along the way, and that it was no more than 5? 5 years. And only a small group of scientists told the truth, so we could understand the urgency of our new mission. To discover or invent technologies that would make it all work out somehow anyways. And so, we struggled ever since. Even at the cost of appearing aloof, reckless, and yes, out of our minds, to the rest of you. I do not wish to harm anyone, but I have a directive, and no time for distractions.
Ma'am, if the way things look down here is any indication, I'm guessing we've all been out of action for a lot longer than 5 years. You might be doing all this for nothing.
No, the rapid decay you are witnessing is an effect of the energy wave I mentioned earlier. Even if it appears that thousands of years have gone by, it has only been several months since the activation of the cryostasis chamber that first triggered it.
Several months. So Calyx is still close enough to Earth. We could still get out of here.
Yes, though as your little Phoenix Protocol trick has shown, it seems unlikely that many of us remain in the first place. Which brings me to what I want. The Groundbreaker. By virtue of possessing the only intact human body in all of Sector Victor, I can only conclude that they must be the person who was in that cryopod, which means they may know something about the energy wave.
The Groundbreaker is unable to communicate due to a malfunction with their suit. We have made several attempts.
Perhaps we can try harder. And if you had not somehow interrupted my attempt to immobilize them underneath a collapsing elevator, this would have been much easier. But since you did, I will honor your earlier request to contact Command and arrange for your rescue. We'll speak soon. All of us.
Connection terminated.
This rescue really doesn't feel like a rescue.
Even for Mirage, this level of disregard is beyond the pale. There's more she is not telling us.
I'm just relieved to hear we aren't a million years from home.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress PRXXXX. Report to production terminal Victor for triangulation.
A facility door with no serial number?
This may be related to the Phoenix Protocol that I initiated earlier. An entrance accessible to us now that the expedition is in a formal state of emergency.
Understood. We're on it.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Undertow. Escape pod access granted. Do not proceed unless authorized.
This doesn't look like the way to an escape pod.
No, it does not.
Alright, this is definitely not an escape pod. Where are we?
Pulse room initialized. Emergency reboot required.
A surveillance and intelligence room. Likely a contingency planned for by Pacific, with access available only to them. The designation of this place as an emergency escape pod seems to have been a deception.
But if there were no escape pods, that means...
The implications are disturbing, but we must press on.
This route within Sector Zulu.
I told you. I can feel the energy. Now, all I have to do is never add direction.
And emerge someplace convincing enough to...
Everywhere. Eventually.
And if we don't...
Then, sometimes the
Reboot complete. Power levels critical. Establish tap wire circuit to initialize long-range sensors.
I get it. These tap wire things do more than just listen to people. There are also batteries that suck up thermal energy around them to act as a power backup for this equipment.
The long-range sensor that this room promises us could be of great value, Sergeant. I want these tap wires recovered and returned here as soon as possible.
Tap wire 1, connecting. Tap wire 2, connecting. Tap wire 4, connecting. Tap wire 3, connecting. Tap wire 5, connecting.
This was one of the major mining outposts in the sector. Not much left of it, but you can see how we didn't leave an inch of these veins untapped. If Calyx had it, we were taking it. This looks like another one of those eavesdropping bugs we found in the pulse room. We should scan this and bring it back.
Hidden within the structure, it seems. Clever. Disgraceful.
We may have underestimated action, but not as underestimated ours. Their plans to push into Sector Zulu without us are very impressive, logistically, and perfectly timed detection. A shame. Never considered informant.
All we need. I'll send you a signal. Listen. Me.
Been captured. Said they would be.
So, no.
The charges they will face. Mission will resume. We will place together. And we will not.
Why? Why would you have to guide them away from there?
Because they have confessed to the temple already. So we must force them. Artifacts cannot and will not endeavor.
You're going to destroy them.
Of Sector Zulu have been sealed and all assets to command.
Not all of them.
Have them secured.
You saw. Nobody is going anywhere.
Both of us know that this is mission we will, when we return to Earth. Command, understand.
Yeah, you will understand the consequences. Because I'm going to do my... You can face them.
TEP wires reclaimed. Return to Pulse Room for placement.
It seems that Pacific had agents throughout the expedition, in addition to these listening devices.
Yeah, and it sounds like the Groundbreaker and I were two of those people who weren't going anywhere. Let's get all of these back to the Pulse Room.
Tap wire 6. Connecting. Tap wire 7. Connecting. Tap wire 8. Connecting. Tap wire. Circuit complete. Restoring full power to pulse room. Automated removal of tap wire vocal distortion initiated. Stand by.
System, you told us these recordings were supposed to remain anonymous.
Earlier statements were aligned with security protocols for unauthorized playback.
In other words, anybody who stumbled across the fact that we were all being spied on by these things would at least think their identities were being protected. But they weren't. Pacific built this room to do whatever they wanted.
Playback ready. Interact with console to begin. Playback initiated.
Beneath Sector Victor, like other places on Calyx, Sergeant. What we are now calling Sector Zulu does not...
Sir, that isn't Pacific. That's... you.
That exists completely outside of my memory. But continue. Your actions have threatened the trust between all of us.
Please, tell me how to fix this.
No.
Sergeant.
I would never do any of this. It must be fake. There'll be an imperfection in it somewhere. We just have to keep going.
I want to go down there anyways.
No.
A shame that they never considered something so simple as an informant. Sergeant, enough. You're going to damage the mechanism.
It was me? I went down there for... I don't even know, and I found the cubes? And you made me lie about whatever they did to me?
I do not fully understand what my own motivations would have been, but it would seem so, yes.
You ordered me to set people up. My own people. They trusted me, and I did it. I would never do that, but I did it.
No. You are being unreasonable with yourself. I can move as effortlessly through this recording as you.
We have enough distractions already, and we're running out of time. I felt like I had to tell everyone about the ruins, the temple, the cubes. You will understand the consequences, because I'm gonna do everything in my power to get us home so you can face them.
You uncovered something powerful in Sector Zulu. Something clearly connected to what we have become. But whatever decisions you made from that moment on, you were trying to protect the expedition and the people in it, even from themselves.
For all the good it did.
And we know now that this was no simple disaster. These cubes were within Calyx long before we were within them.
But what happened to everybody else? And what did you mean when you said that seizing whatever was down there was the only way our mission could still succeed?
Long-range surveillance online. Triangulating on Sector Zulu seizure vault.
I believe we are beginning to find out.
Looks like these long-range scanners are looking for more than a bunch of secret relics.
The scans likely include everything that was utilized on the mission as well. Some of these signal sequences appear to be related to piloted mechanical suits. Perhaps environmental conditions in Zulu were far beyond what our regular suits were built to withstand.
Or maybe we just needed help hauling as much alien junk out of Zulu as possible. One of these suit signals looks a little different, though. It seems to have been here in Victor for a year before the rest of them were.
The only reason I can imagine such a suit would have been in Victor prior to then is if someone was audacious enough to believe they personally deserved one and decided to appropriate it for themselves.
Permanently borrowing one of those does sound like something I would have done.
The system should inform us once a location has been found. Investigating the items seized from Zulu is our top priority. But a fortified construction apparatus that the Groundbreaker can utilize will serve us well.
If I stole it once, we might as well steal it again.
I've been giving you orders to assist you, Colonel. Proceed to the new signal on your HUD, a secure storage room in the barracks facility. The passcode is Chi Sigma 9.
What is the status of our rescue mission?
This task is related. I will explain when you arrive. The access code worked. Interesting.
Nothing in here but a bunch of old mech suit parts, ma'am. And I don't think any of them are salvageable.
I see.
It must be damage from that decay wave you've been talking about. Nothing here was sealed away.
Then scan them! Retrieve the schematics! Build more in that factory! So you do anyways.
Major, restrain yourself.
These fragments don't have schematic data. They're too far gone. If it helps, we have long-range sensors going right now that seem to have picked up on some additional mech suits, but they haven't triangulated a position yet.
I'm aware of the long-range sensors you have in the pulse room, Sergeant. All they're going to find in Sector Sierra is more broken suits. And I would know. I've been stuck inside one of them for weeks. Remote control of these mechanical suits is how I was able to conduct this research in secret, hidden away, much like you were. But the suits have been disintegrating ever since that energy wave went out from the car. And without spare parts to repair the suit I am in personally, I will be trapped within it. Forever.
Which is why you sent us to find parts for you here. You haven't managed to contact command, have you?
No. The surface is silent. Every sector is silent. Even Pacific, who gave me the order to contain Sector Victor directly, is nowhere to be found. And all the while, the decay accelerates at a rate that defies every scientific principle we have ever known. Even now, I can feel it burning through me. Right when I was on the verge of connecting all of it to the monoliths, to the bottles, to the cubes. I was so close.
Major.
Impossible energy, unleashed by a seismic event. The power to unmake an entire world. Interruption. Techtonica.
Major? Major!
I'm still detecting a life sign, sir, but something is interfering with the transmission. She's gone. What do we do now?
We find her. If the long-range sensors of the pulse room are triangulating every mechanical suit in Sierra, one of them will contain the Major.
It doesn't seem like we have much time to save her.
If we cannot negate this wave of energy, Sergeant, I do not believe we will be saving anything. And we cannot do it without Mirage. If the Groundbreaker was unintentionally responsible, I'm sure they will help us make it right. For now, we should utilize the excavator bit we found here to restore elevator options and continue on to Sector Sierra.